metal albums of 1999. Now, I'm not going to be talking about some of the usual suspects like Slipknot or Korn. This is going to be a deep cut metal list, alright? Alright, so starting at number 10 is Nevermore, Dreamin' Neon Blue. I'm new to Nevermore. I just started listening to them, but they are a very moody type of typo-negative type of metal band that, you know, the sound of the music is a little depressing, but they have hard rips. They're harder than typo-negative goth metal. Number 9, guess what? It's Typo Negative with World Coming Down. I didn't give this album that much notice when it first came out. I used to listen to Typo Negative, the Bloody Kisses album, going to school all the time. I was all into the wit. I gave October Rust a lot of love, but this album I kind of dismissed. Going back, listening to The World Coming Down, Peter Steele, he's awesome in the metal scene. This album, The World Coming Down, dark, moody, depressing, and it talks about, you know, the fear of death, hypochondria, doing too much drugs. The best songs on there are Everyone I Love Is Dead, Everything Dies. You don't get more goth and depressing than that. It still feels like Bloody Kisses and October Rust. And that's what makes World Coming Down so great. So listen to this one. If you don't know what power metal is, it's sort of this highly energetic metal that's just fills you up with energy. And Gamma Ray Power Plant. I love the album cover. If you look at the album cover, it looks like an Iron Maiden cover. It's the same artist who does the Iron Maiden cover. But it feels like Power Slave with a little bit of a twist, like a galactic twist. It feels like the movie Heavy Metal. It feels like a very, energetic, Gamma Ray feels galactic. It feels like Star Wars Heavy Metal. Anywhere in the galaxy, heavy metal universe. But the cover, I love the cover, and the album's real fun too. Check out Gamma Ray Power Plant. Okay, next up, we got another dreary kind of dark album. It's Vindar Arntor. Vindar Arntor. Now, when you think of Norwegian black metal, this is the bare bones album. The composer, the musician, Valfar, he's the one-man show in this album. He's the guy who made this album. It feels very central. It feels like one person. Think of like Bathory, a chilly Norwegian Viking black metal, and it just feels very authentic to the Norwegian black metal, and it feels cold folk metal. It just feels raw. Yeah, I really like this. I'm not the biggest auteur on black metal, and it's very, not everybody likes black metal. Vindar Arntor, check it out. Alright, coming up number 6, we got another power metal album. Coming up at number 6, we have another power metal album. Luca Torelli from Rhapsody of Fire. His own album, The King of the Nordic Twilight. This is a very fun power metal album. It feels like Rhapsody of Fire. It is Rhapsody of Fire, pretty much. It feels like Skyrim, the metal album. It just feels very energetic, very hyper, very operatic, very hyper. And, you can pop this in and play like Skyrim. It's fun. It's a very sword and sorcery kind of fun album. The Kingdom of the Nordic Twilight. I had a lot of fun with this one. All right, number 5. Number 5, we're going to have some thrash. It's Testament, The Gathering. And this one really slams down. This one just feels like a little snaky album with just a, Testament, like a torpedo punch, just like boom, just right in the face. 3 Days of Darkness. The Gathering is Testament is really underrated as far as metal bands go. And the lead singer, it's a really good album just to bang your head to. Number 4, Dark Tranquility with Projector. This album is a new direction for Dark Chair and Khalid. Slightly goth, it's very industrial, but it's definitely a metal album. That it's like black and death metal vocals, and it feels like you have like power metal that feels like Skyrim metal, the digital death age, the digital death. It's where it's like symphonic and death, and very like fear the future type of music. Immortal, at the heart of winter. Yeah, when I first deep dived into 1999, now I was like, I want to listen to the deathiest, blackest, scariest, metalist album of this year, and Immortal at the Heart of Winter just feels black metal. It feels dark metal. It feels like if Skeletor and had a fortress out in the wilderness of the nether realm of the darkest, evilest place, frozen darkness. It's just a fucking awesome album. Number 2, Aguila. It's such a good album. Oh my god, I'm like, this looks like some kind of avant-garde, boring trip where I'm just like, it's not that. It's not that. Like, you listen to this, right? You listen to Allogach, and this album, right? And you feel like you're surrounded by like ghosts and demons out in the woods, and it just feels really like metally and dark and sinister, and like you're entering another dimension of like metal, like folklore, and it's a really dark album. Like you have to give yourself. You just feel like very doomish, very blackened metal, and you feel like you're tripping on shrooms listening to this album. Pale Folklore, very good. It's at number 2, so I loved it. All right, number 1, Opeth, Still Life. I was never the biggest Opeth fan. I love them now. Like, I get it. I get the whole somber darkness, cemetery, doom, goth, scary. It's a scary death metal album. Definitely check out the last 2 albums that I mentioned here. And Opeth, I love them. This is the best album of 1999. I don't think people are ready for this. Not a lot of people were. I was still listening to new metal at this time, and I'm like, this is too slow. But if you give it a chance, Death Grip of fear of death, and it's about like this guy's girlfriend who dies, and it's kind of like an eerie, beautiful album. Let's get into some of the honorable mentions of this year. Catatonia. It's like they're like a heavier version of Stained. Didn't make the Vomitory. Kind of like Cannibal Corpse, Redemption, Vomitory. I love that name. Summoning, Stronghold, black metal, not everyone's thing. Graveworm. I really want to put this on the list. Graveworm, As the Angel Reached. I put that wrong. It's a good black metal. They're black and death folk. I really want to put Graveworm on the list, but they couldn't beat out Aguila and Opeth. And that's the best metal of this year. Check these albums out. Rock and roll. Heavy metal.